Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Captain Marvel, issue number 16. This is the legacy numbering 150. Freaking awesome comic book. I'm saying, my only issue with it, it should have been double sized. I'm willing to, or at least, like one of those 32 pages, one of those bigger, larger comic books, because, come on, dude. Like, this is supposed to be something special. It's just like, oh, here's another issue, but, oh, cool cover, and, dude, I'm saying. But you know what? Here's the thing that's so great about it. Kelly Thompson had a 2022, whatever, I'm not going to sit there and count the pages, 2022 page story to tell, and she told a freaking story. That's it. Awesome, because I really don't need fluff thrown into my comic books. Don't we get enough of that? Anyway, this was freaking fantastic. The hell am I looking at here? Tell me she does not get the freaking hammer and say, didn't we already talk about this? Didn't we already talk about I don't need Carol Danvers to be worthy? But it does happen in the comic book. And yet somehow I'm okay with it. Why? Well, let me tell you about who made the comic book first. Then we'll have a conversation about that and a couple other things in here, including a pretty cool bad guy. All right. So this is The Last Avenger finale. Writer is Kelly Thompson. The artist is Lee Garbey. Tamara Bonvillain on colors, and VC's Clayton Cowles doing the letters. Mark Brook does that awesome freaking variant cover with her holding Mjolnir. And there are looks like three variant covers. Go and check out which one's your favorite. Buy the one you like. I did. Anyway, so what we get here is Carol Danvers being able to bust out of this costume. That was the most important thing here. She had what was essentially something akin to a ticking time bomb on her. Fitting, since that's what Vox Supreme wound up doing to a bunch of people also. Who are the people who were actually... damn it. How do I do this without giving you major spoilers? Anyway, you find out how the bombs were put in a bunch of different locations, and I'm saying it was a really good idea, and it didn't go into too much depth because it would have taken away from the story. This is literally the story, and the rest of it you can just look as, wait, he did that? Yo, Vox Supreme's an evil son of a gun, and he really is, and he's super powerful too. And he didn't actually get defeated in this, which I think is pretty cool, because you can get beat without getting punked, and he in no way, shape, or form got punked. If we just see regular old Carol going against Vox Supreme, or even Thor going against Vox Supreme, I'm thinking it's not going to be as easy as we'd like to think that it is. But hey, it is what it is. In the meantime, dude gets got. He gets got in the end. And it didn't even exploit what seems to be his major weakness, which is, as brilliant and powerful as he is, being a combination of Vox, the Vox entity, and the Supreme Intelligence. Hey, this is technically two different minds working together. Not necessarily in symbiosis. They just simply seem to agree on a lot of things. But they speak in two different voices. Hey, what happens if all of a sudden you find something that they won't agree upon? Oh, that could wind up tripping it up. So here's this really awesome villain that you don't wind up exposing what I believe is its most obvious exploitable weakness. I dig on that. I definitely dig on that. So we can see this character again. He can actually get tripped up again without actually getting fully defeated. That's the thing. I don't want to see this guy fully defeated. This guy's way too powerful for just a straight up, getting chumped by one of Earth's heroes. Nah. In my opinion, no individual should be on the level of this thing. Even Carol, with all the Avengers essences put within her, was barely a match for this thing. She wound up winning through surprise more than anything else, but you'll have to read the comic book to understand how that worked. Anyway, we do see Carol get handed the shield. This is cool because, look, she does get the hammer, and it's because she's got Thor's essence in her. As soon as she burns that out, the hammer drops. So that's cool because, one of the things I love about Carol Danvers is that she is perfectly flawed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the things I always refer to Carol Danvers as. She is perfectly flawed, and I love that about her. She doesn't have to be perfect. I'm so sick and tired. You don't have to see perfect heroes running around. We've got Superman. We've got Captain America. Honestly, who the hell are you going to get more perfect than those two? In fact, if I was going to make a comparison to what Carol Danvers represents to me, Spider-Man. right? You've got this. It wasn't until much, much, much later that we wound up exploring Batman's shattered psyche. You know, it's like, oh, I'm just this person who's in pain and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that's really cute, bud. You know, get over your dead parents. Jeez. But in the meantime, all respect. It's what's kept the story alive for one of the many things that's kept the story alive for so long. But look at Peter Parker. Yeah, for the most part, he has gotten over it, but not really, because he still lives by the idea of, you know, save people, save people, save people. I'm not perfect. I screw up all the time. Dude, people don't love Spider-Man because he can crawl on freaking walls. You know what I'm saying? They love him for so much more than that. He's a very flawed hero. And that's what Carol is. That's who Carol is. I'm telling you, man, they keep trying to make female Spider-Mans. You already got one. It's Carol. To me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at the freaking powers. I'm looking at the personality. I'm looking at the challenges that need to be overcome. Spider-Man in space with boobs. I'm good with it. Anyway, so Carol she doesn't prove herself worthy. She's got the essence of worth in her. I'm good with it. I'm generally good with it. It only lasted for a couple of panels anyways. I'm good with it. All right? But, you know, not everything gets tested by the same level of worth. Something that Carol did prove herself. Okay, I'm going to start getting like freaking choked up over this. One of the things that she did prove herself worthy to wield was Cap's shield. Wait a second, but anybody can just pick up Cap's shield. Yes, anybody can pick up Cap's shield. But how many people does Captain America actually hand the shield to? Because that is a validating moment when you do that. Okay, we've seen Misty Knight wear the shield, and she just picked up the shield. She ran out, she did some butt kicking and whatnot, and then she handed it back to Falcon, who was Captain America at the time. But Falcon was handed the shield by Cap. Bucky was handed the shield by Cap, right? Superman was handed the shield by Cap. I don't think that he should have, you know, had freaking Mjolnir, but whatever. Better than Wonder Woman having Mjolnir. Just at the end of the day, stop having people freaking wield Mjolnir because they're suddenly worthy. This was one that I can actually tolerate, you know? Mjolnir is not unique anymore if everybody can just wield him. But this at least had a reason for it, and it was temporary. Awesome. But Cap actually handing that shield to someone, that is your $1 million moment. That's your money shot if that's what you want to look at it as. God, I feel like I should be doing this review on Pornhub. Anyway, so this was a freaking fantastic comic book. When push comes to shove, this ends it. Hey, guess what? Issue number 17, we're going to have basically a one-shot story. All right, so the next issue, one-shot story. Guest artist also. A few more guest artists showing up also, because starting with issue number 18, we got a new story arc starting, and it's looking like it's going to be pretty good. Hey, heads up. There was a hint in here that they said so much but didn't give too much detail on it. There's going to be some new and memorable characters in issue number 18. 2 issues away, 2 months away. That's barely enough time to order it. Remember how popular that first appearance of Star was. Remember how popular that first true appearance of Star was outside of her costume. Remember the crazy junket for everyone to go after and try and find this comic book, and what some people had to pay on eBay for it. I'm saying there was already the hint inside here without it going into exasperating detail of make sure you get this because it's going to be a key issue. Nah, man, Kelly ain't all about that. The editors here, they're not all about that. Hey, new and memorable characters in issue number 18. You want to risk not getting it? Oh, that's on you. But it's been said. I'm saying it again. Also, a little bit of a shout out. You know it's coming. My bud, Luca Nieto. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. My buddy in Spain. What's up, brother? Congratulations. My man's got into the freaking comic book. I should probably try and do that. I think I've only written one letter to the comic book industry before, and it was an Incredible Hulk comic book back in the day when Peter David was doing it. Like, whose healing factor is stronger, Wolverines or Hulk's? Because I'm just saying, and it was never picked up. Oh well. I'm okay with it. I do my own commentary. All that being said, congratulations, Luca. Freaking awesome. I love seeing one of, Comic Book University alumni getting published, one of their letters getting published in one of the comic books. That's always a really good thing. You guys let me know if you get published in one of the comic books also. I'm saying, but go and check out Luca on Facebook. He's got a whole bunch of interesting commentary also. This, my peeps, this was freaking excellence. This was brilliance in the making. Great way to end the story. Again, I love that that Kelly didn't go and say, well, we could bilk the industry and make it a 32-page issue just for an extra 10 or so lousy pages. Bring the price point up by an extra $1. Ain't all about that. She didn't have extra story to tell. She wasn't going to try and fluff anything. Heck, I don't even like fluffing pillows. All that being said, I'm out. Hey guys, don't forget, you can turn your camera sideways, hit that like button, and you tell me that you actually like it instead of just saying in the comment, I like this video, but I see no likes up top. What up with that? Also, since I'm noticing now that this went over 10 minutes, sorry, didn't mean for that to happen. There may be a video that shows at the end of this, and that's how your favorite YouTubers get paid. So if you don't mind, allow it to play, allow the video to play, and consider watching your next video in a different window. You don't have to actually watch the video, but that's how we get paid. Love you guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.